It's a one-of-a-kind institution, and it's right here in St. Louis, the World Chess Hall of Fame. That's next on City Corner. And welcome to City Corner. Did you know that some people consider St. Louis the headquarters, I guess, of chess in the United States? Well, it's true. I'd like to introduce you to our guest today. We welcome the director of the World Chess Hall of Fame, that's Susan Barrett, and the World Chess Hall of Fame's Vice President of Exhibitions and Curatorial Affairs, Shannon Bailey. That's a mouthful for me. Yes. Shannon, I want to tell you. Susan, is it true St. Louis is the chess capital of the United States?
It's not only true that we're the capital of the United States, but some say we're the capital of the world. And this has happened in a really short period. It happened when the chess club opened about 5 years ago, and it's taken on a life of its own. So we are the capital. People come here, they travel here, they move here for chess.
Do you think that's as amazing as I do?
I do.
Of course it is.
Is it just luck?
No. Well, no. Chess is not a game of luck. So neither is the capital. It really started out with. We were just as surprised that there were that many chess enthusiasts who wanted to join a club in St. Louis. And the chess world is sort of a small world, even though it's global, and even though most of the chess players are outside of the United States. Mm-hmm. So when we, created the chess club and it started, it drew attention from mostly outside of the country and from all over the world. And so the chess club is now celebrating 5 tournaments. It's grown. We have 2 grandmasters who moved here for the chess club. There are now about 4, 5, 6 grandmasters in St. Louis, which is unheard of. The Webster chess team moved here from Texas. Now Lindenwood and UMSL, Maryville, all these different universities are partnering with the chess club in terms of bringing in chess teams and scholarships and programs.
Shannon, now the World Chess Hall of Fame and the chess club are 2 separate entities, right?
That's correct. So the chess club opened up first, and it became, as Susan was saying, so popular that we got all this attention. There are actually 39 million U.S. chess players and over 600 chess players worldwide. So people were paying attention to us. The chess club was getting tons of press, and as Susan said, they've hosted 5 U.S. championships, and the women's championships and the junior championships. So there was a chess museum that had already existed and since actually the mid-1980s, and it was currently in Miami, and they were no longer able to keep it there and immediately thought, well, it should be in St. Louis with the rest of the chess.
So in St. Louis, the World Chess Hall of Fame is located in the Central West End, and the chess club is across the street.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But you're 2 different organizations.
We're 2 different organizations, but we're sister organizations. So we partner on a lot of things together. All
right. Let's look at some images. We have a shot of the World Chess Hall of Fame. Where are you, at Euclid? And is it Maryland?
Yes, Euclid in Maryland.
4652 Maryland.
And look at that. And that piece out front, we have another shot. That's the largest chess piece, in the world?
Yeah.
What are the dimensions of that?
It's a Guinness World Record.
It's 6 feet across at the bottom, and it is 14 feet high, and weighs a metric ton.
Wow.
It's solid too.
You need the whole set in that scale, don't you?
Well, we're working on it.
Are you? We have another shot. I think this one is the chess club, which is across the street.
That's the chess club, and the chess club is 7,000 square feet, and it's the mission was to be the most beautiful chess club in the world, and so far I think it's yet to be, yet to be challenged.
So is the chess club just a place where people go to compete and to play?
People go to play chess. They go to learn chess. There's competitions there. There's lectures there. There's events. Anything having to do with chess and learning the game is at the chess club.
And then across the street, where you are at the World Chess Hall of Fame, what happens there?
Well, then across the street, we are trying to show the rest of the world how chess is influential. So even though you may not play chess, or you may not want to play chess, or know how to play chess, chess is still such a symbolic thing in our culture and in cross-culture and cross-historically that we're showing the bigger picture of chess. We're showing the emphasis of the role that it's played. And so we do it through art, through culture, through history, through music, fashion. And if we can show sort of the interest, if we can get people interested in chess who may not think that they can do it or understand it, if we can get those people involved, they might want to play chess and get the benefits of chess.
And you're sort of part art gallery too, right?
We're very much an art museum.
Right. We have some film. Let's take a look at that, and you can tell us what exactly we're looking at, the World Chess Hall of Fame.
So this is our exterior. We're right across the street from the chess club at 4652 Maryland. And this is one of our earlier mission statements. And so you would walk in, and we also have a boutique, Q Boutique, which has become a neighborhood favorite and has been voted best chess.
It was best gift shop, but this year with the RFT.
And so the mission of the World Chess Hall of Fame is to educate visitors through arts and culture about the significance of chess. And these are the chess, this is Q Boutique. And this really has, Q Boutique is often running on its own even without the Hall of Fame. It's become a neighborhood favorite. You get the best, everyone got the best Christmas, I think, gifts at Q Boutique. At least that's what we
It kind of has your typical museum store, kind of boutique gifts, as Susan was saying. We also sell books that are related to biographies of chess players, artists that we've exhibited. One of our biggest sellers are chess sets.
Yes,
and we have some really fun chess kind of memorabilia, like night wine stoppers and candles and a lot of things.
We also have a lot of toys, but toys that are educational. So they'll have an emphasis on chess, but we also pull in other stimulating, and mindful things for kids.
Can you give me an example of something?
Well, we have, this is a starter kit for chess. It's called No Stress Chess. And it takes the whole, competitiveness right out. And it's a good way to get to be introduced to chess. So it's for kids, but it's also for adults.
Mm-hmm. What do you know about the history of chess?
Oh.
Do we even know how far back it goes?
It's believed to have started in India in the 6th century.
6th century, no kidding. Wow.
Yeah, there are different, I think, cultures who want to fight for starting it, but there were many early predecessors to the game. There was Chaturanga, and there were games in Egypt, and it really kind of took off. It was really a game of war, playing out a battle on the game, and as cultures were spreading through trade routes, it came to Europe and blew up there.
You say chess was a game of war.
It is a game of war.
Oh, it's definitely a game of war.
The players are all military figures. You've got your footmen or the pawns. The pieces used to be elephants and chariots and castles.
Are the rules always the same? I mean, everywhere?
The game has changed very little in 1,500 years. It's very remarkable. The largest change to the game was the addition of the queen.
Because I was thinking like poker or cards, you play with 10 people, there are 10 different sets of rules.
No, there's
really just
one set of rules.
Yeah, and that is why the game, I think, has lasted as long as it has, because you don't have to speak a common language, but everybody understands the game.
Is there like this is probably a stupid question, is there like a referee during a chess match? Because Is there a possibility that someone might make an improper or illegal move, and does somebody have to call them on it?
Absolutely. They're
Oh,
called
yeah.
arbiters, and they watch all tournament games.
Does that happen very often?
Well, I don't know if it happens often, but they take it very, very seriously. And so, for example, during a tournament, if you want to go watch the players upstairs, you're kind of frisked. So there's no cell phones. There's no.
So it's like going to the airport.
It is like going to the airport. Yeah. Except you just go upstairs. But
funny.
the cheating, it is such a big deal. So they do have the arbitrators.
Yeah, a tournament player is going to know that you can't. They're going to know the illegal moves, whereas I might try to sneak a piece into a position it doesn't belong.
Right. But I would think most people, when they get to that high level, are pretty ethical, I would think.
Yeah, they do challenge each other from time to time, and that's where the arbiter comes in.
Interesting. Well, you talked about how one element of the World Chess Hall of Fame is sort of the art gallery experience, and we have some images of one of your more recent shows, Screwed Moves. So why don't we take a look at that? This is from the World Chess Hall of Fame. What's that?
Well, Screwed Moves is a collective of 9 artists. They were all from St. Louis, and they work independently. They came together, somewhere in California now. They came together, and then they work collectively, almost in improv. And so they took over the whole first floor and moved in and created on all of the walls. For 2 weeks, they were there 24/7. 8 slept,
Yeah, they did.
Played chess.
They get their name. The name of the collective is the Screwed Arts Collective, and the name comes, as you see in this picture, is they screw plywood into a wall. And this is actually their 3rd major installation, and all of the other ones have just been on one large wall, so they actually did all 4 walls. They covered the doors. And they don't consider themselves to be muralists because it's not planned. They don't go and sketch and then paint on top of it. They just react against each other. So they all have a variety of talents. Some of them are graffiti artists. Some of them are very good draftsmen. Some of them like to work in multimedia. So one of them will start on something and another one will critique it, or they'll paint over it. And it was a really interesting project to watch happen.
You have some more exhibitions that are going to be coming up through the year and through next year that we're going to talk a little bit about later. But over a year's time, how many different exhibitions do you think that you'll showcase?
We do 6 a year.
6 a year?
Mm-hmm. We have 3 different galleries, and so we rotate them. Each show ranges between 4 and 6 months.
Uh-huh. And you're located, are you actually on Maryland or Euclid? Is it Maryland?
It's Maryland.
Maryland.
At Euclid. Mm-hmm. And so you open for like regular business hours? Do you have a regular schedule? Or?
We're closed on Mondays, and every day we're open 10 to 5. On the weekends, we open at noon on Sundays, and then Friday we're open a little bit later.
Okay, well, I've got some more questions about you, and there's some exhibitions we want to talk about, things coming up. So stay with us. We're going to take a short break now, and we'll be back with the World Chess Hall of Fame right after this. I'm Steve Potter. Welcome back to City Corner. We're talking about the World Chess Hall of Fame today and the fact that St. Louis is the chess capital of the United States. With us is Director Susan Barrett and Shannon Bailey, the Vice President of Exhibitions and Curatorial Affairs for the World Chess Hall of Fame. I'm just assuming you guys are really good chess players. And so I want you to tell me about that. You're laughing already. And tell me when you started playing chess and how that happened for you.
Well, that's a poor assumption because, I would not call us chess players.
Really?
It's true. And that's kind of the whole reason for the Chess Hall of Fame, because we are showing the other aspects of chess and the influence that chess has made on all the cultures through art and through history, through poetry, through all the cultural aspects. So you don't need to be a chess player in order to enjoy the World Chess Hall of Fame.
Shannon, you too?
I learned how to play chess when I was about 7 or 8 and then didn't play again until I started working at the World Chess Hall of Fame. I took some lessons at the chess club, which were really fun. But my background is in art history, and museum studies. So I like to study the art objects and look at we have a large collection, we have about 300 or 3,000 objects in our collection, chess memorabilia, trophies, chess sets. So it's really great to go back and look at the impact that chess has had on history.
Wow. My little chess story, well, I haven't played since like 1971 or 72. I was like a sophomore in high school. I was in our high school chess club for like 2 years. And I haven't played since, so you can do the math and figure out how long that's been. So I don't remember a lot of it. Would it be hard for me to brush up and try it again, do you think?
Oh, gosh, no.
No, and they have great teachers at the club, too.
Don't you have to be really smart?
You don't have to be really smart. I mean, of course, I'm sure if you play chess, you're smart, but the Chess Hall of Fame is all about breaking down those stereotypes. So it's showing that you may think that you're not smart enough to play chess, but we're showing you other aspects of how to bring you into playing chess.
I think I'm smart enough to play. I don't know if I'm smart enough to win.
Well, that's a whole different question. That's a whole different issue.
If you're playing us, you could win.
Yeah.
I'll remember to play you guys then. I have to ask you this. This sounds silly. Is there any connection, you probably hate hearing this, is there any connection with chess to checkers? Any connection at all?
Oh, the board might look very similar.
That's it?
But that's about it.
Okay.
In fact, chess players make fun of checkers. So
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah. We call it, that's such a checkers mentality.
And I stink at checkers, too, so.
I love checkers, but, you know.
Let's look at some film of the World Chess Hall of Fame and some things happening there that you can tell us about.
These are actually more images of the learning games that we have in Q Boutique, where we're hoping people that come in will get inspired to get some of these games and then take chess lessons.
I guess probably it's easier to learn the younger you are, like a musical instrument,
Kids
right?
pick it up rapidly.
Yeah, everything's easier when you're younger.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Susan. Appreciate that. So this is just a kid getting his feet wet.
Yeah, and some of our games, have to do with strategy or memory, and all of these things play into playing chess.
What's this?
This is an exhibition that we did of an artist named Marcel Dzama, and it was called A Game of Chess. And he is a very important artist. Now he's fairly young. He's exhibited at the Whitney and MoMA and PS1 in New York. And he is very inspired by an art movement called Dada and Surrealism from the around the 1920s, 1930s. And we did a great show of his of a video, and those were sculptures that were in it. And we have with that young kid in the gallery and some of this footage, we have family days that Susan could talk a little bit about. We have a lot of programming for children too, so that we can get them in looking at art and the game as well.
And this is a show of Harry Benson that we did. And he's a renowned photographer, worked for Life magazine, and became very close to Bobby Fischer. So that was a very fun show.
Let's talk about some exhibitions that you have coming up in 2013, and I know you have some things planned for 2014 already too. Did you mention Bill Smith? We
did not mention Bill Smith. So Bill Smith is an artist who is from O'Fallon, Missouri, but shows in PPOW in New York. And he's a very eclectic, very interesting artist. His background is in engineering and biology. So what he does is he takes natural objects and he sort of through mechanisms and through pretty high-tech resources recreates these objects. And he's very inspired by nature. So one of the things that he's looking at all the time are these systems and these different patterns, much like you would find in chess. And so we're showing sort of a demonstration of these patterns through Bill Smith's work.
So his exhibition will be from March through August, and you have a couple of things in May?
We have a couple things
We
in May.
do. We are going to be showing exquisite chess sets from the collection of John Krumiller, who was a collector out of New Jersey. And he specializes in 19th century chess sets, and they are unbelievable. I just went out to visit his sets a few weeks ago, and one of our inaugural exhibitions was a chess set collection from George and Vivian Dean, and people still come to the Hall of Fame trying to see it. It was one of our, it's one of our most important shows, so we're happy to bring that back. And we are also going to be doing a show called Man vs. Machine, which is going to look at computers and artificial intelligence dealing with chess. So we're going to look at some early things called the Turk. There was a guy in a box who worked a mechanical kind of robot, and people thought that they were playing a robot. And we're going to start with that and kind of look up into modern day chess computers, some things that were big in the 80s, the Chess Challenger, and even talk about Deep Blue that beat Garry Kasparov in 1997.
Let's look at some more images from the World Chess Hall of Fame. I think these are some chess pieces, actually. No? Those are
I
actual
hope
people.
not.
Those are people.
Those are people.
We have done chess games with live people, though. We have
Is
a
that
couple
right?
times.
It's
Yeah.
true, yeah.
They're standing out in front of the World Chess Hall of Fame, obviously. And they're young kids. I always think of young people playing chess a lot.
Well, I think the great thing about chess is that it's a game for any age, and it's also a game that you can partner up with. A kid can partner up with someone, you know, in their 40s, and it's still a pretty equal playing field.
Yeah, that's interesting. Have you ever been to Pere Marquette Park?
Yes.
Up in Illinois. For people who don't know, they have in their main lodge there, a huge room, and they have, I don't know what the scale is, but a huge chess set that you actually have to walk, and they're not quite, you know, human sized, but you have to walk around and move them yourself, right?
It's great. Yeah, I do remember that growing up. And we have, like, outside of the Hall of Fame, we have not quite to that scale, but we have a large scale chess set, and there are people playing all the time. It's really amazing. Yeah, kids playing with their parents, kids playing, you know, against each other. It's really fun.
Let's look at some more images, and we could jump ahead, and you have some, what you call it, Bobby Fischer. Would you tell me what that's about?
Well, we had a show. This was with Harry Benson.
Is Bobby Fischer here?
That's Bobby Fischer, and that's the famous, a famous photograph that Benson took of him. And he became very close to him during the very important 72 match.
He was tasked with going to Buenos Aires in 1971 when Bobby was playing, it was called the Candidates Tournament, and he beat Tigran Petrosian in that match to qualify for the World Championship in 1972, which, as everybody remembers, was a huge deal because it really was kind of a battle of the Cold War on the board, and Fischer was put under a lot of pressure to beat Spassky, which he did. Spassky resigned and Fischer won in September of 1972, and he ended 24 years of Soviet domination. He was the first American-born citizen to be the world champion.
Let's keep looking at some more pictures.
In addition to the Bobby Fischer images in that show, we also highlighted Harry Benson as the photographer, and the show is actually called Icon Among Icons because we wanted to put Fischer in this light of not just being this chess player, but an important American icon. And we had a lot of photographs of Benson, of some of the other celebrities he took, and here's one of Princess Di. He took this very famous photograph of the Beatles. He went on tour with them in 1964. That was a very early assignment of his, and got to know them very well. It's incredible to see the amount of celebrities he has photographed over the years.
I think we have time for a few more.
This is actually George Washington's chess set, which we have on display right now at the Hall of Fame. As in President. We put together a show called Power in Check, Chess in the American Presidency, to correspond with the election and upcoming inauguration. And so we looked at all of the presidents. About 2/3 of them either played the game or promoted the game in some way, shape, or form. And some of the biggest players were Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and George Washington, and we were so fortunate to get this set on loan.
We're just about out of time, but you know, you mentioned Bobby Fischer. Who are the famous chess players today?
Magnus Carlsen is a huge one, and Hikaru Nakamura. And Hikaru Nakamura is one of our St. Louis residents. He is one of the grandmasters who moved to St. Louis because of the chess scene.
Just briefly, what does it mean for St. Louis to be the chess center of the United States?
Well, it actually has a huge impact. It has an impact on our intellectual capacity. It's bringing in more smart people, and it's having an influence on education. It's having an influence not only in the grade school levels, but also in universities.
Well, we hope people, we're going to have your contact information come up here in a second. We hope people will go down to the Central West End, to Maryland and Euclid, and check it out, right? You need to see it for yourself.
You need to see it for yourself.
Sharon Barrett and Shannon Bailey, thank you both so much for being here, and we're so glad you're in town. It's really exciting.
Thank you.
It's the World Chess Hall of Fame. I'm Steve Potter. That's all the time we have for this edition of City Corner. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at the World Chess Hall of Fame. Bye.